Today we're going to continue with mean, median, mode, and range, but in particular we're going to focus on open response practice problems. Let's take a look at example 1. The ages and years of 10 employees in a company are listed below. Part A, make a stem and leaf plot of the employees' ages. Be sure to include a title and key for your plot. Okay, so I find it easiest to order all the data before actually making the stem and leaf plot. So the smallest value here is 25, then 27, and I'll just continue going through and putting all these numbers in order, all the way up to 62. Now to create a stem and leaf plot, I'm going to start off by drawing this T here, and all your stems are going to go on one side and your leaves are going to go on the other. So for example, 25, 27, 27, and 28 can all be represented in the same row because they have the same stem, the two. They all start with 20 something. And then the leaves would be the ones place, so that would be 25, 27, 27, and 28. We can continue to do the same thing for all these data points. So next we have 30, 32, and 36. They all have the same stem. Put the 0, 2, and 6 on the other side. And then 43 and 45, they have a 4 for the stem, and 3 and 5 on the other side, and then 62 is on its own. And then it just says to make sure that you have a title and key for your plot. So remember that these are representing ages of employees. So we'll write that for the title. And then the key, we just need some way to say what each of these actually represents. So for example, if you take the first one, 25, we split the 2 and the 5, but we would read it as 25. So for the key, we would write 2, and then the vertical line, and then 5, which represents 25. All right, part B. What is the range of the ages and years of the employees? Show or explain how you got your answer. Remember with these open response questions, anytime it says show or explain how you got your answer, you either want to show your work or you'll have to explain. So if you already have to do work and you have to write that out, that's fine. You can just use that as how you got your answer. All right, so the range, remember, is going to be the highest value minus the smallest value. We know the highest one is 62 and the smallest is 25, so 62 minus 25 equals 37. And just showing that 62 minus 25 is the work that you did to get to 37 will be enough work to show how you got your answer. All right, next, part C. What is the median age in years of the employees? Show or explain how you got your answer. All right, so the median age, we'll want to use the numbers in order from smallest to largest. And then since we're trying to find the median, we are going to want to cross off from either side until we get to the middle. Again, remember, you want to make sure you're crossing off the same number of data points on either side. That leaves me with two numbers in the middle, 30 and 32. And so now to find the median, I'm going to have to find the mean of 30 and 32. So 30 plus 32 divided by 2 is equal to 31. So the median age is 31. All right, next, part D. The company hired a new employee. When the age of the new employee was included in the stem and leaf plot, the range increased by 6 years. What is one possible median age that could result from including the new employee's age in the stem and leaf plot? Show or explain how you got your answer. So imagine this. Imagine you have all your values from 25 through 62. How would you be able to increase the range by 6? Well, either the new employee was much younger, was 6 years younger than the current youngest employee. So in other words, if you added 19 over on this side, that could work. And then you could find here that the median age would be 30. On the other hand, you could also say you had the original data points here, in order to make the range increase by 6 years, you could also hire a new employee that is 6 years older than the oldest employee. And that way you get a range that increases by 6. So you could add a 68 onto the end there. If you did that, then the median age would be 32. So here, this question is actually only asking you for one possible median age, but I'm going to tell you that the two possible answers that you could come up with is either 30 or 32. And to show or explain your work, you can simply show that you put the 19 as an added data point or the 68 as an added data point and show how you found the median from there. All right, take a look at example 2. The line plot below shows the area in square miles of each town in a county. Okay, so let's read this. It says area of each town in a county in square miles. And because this is a line plot, each X represents a county that has the area that it is above. So, for example, over the 25, there's an X. That means there is one county that has an area of 25 square miles. Over the 35, you see there are 3 X's, which means there are 3 towns that have an area of 35 square miles. All right, so what is the median area in square miles of the towns in the county? Now, instead of having to write out all the numbers, because we actually have all the numbers in order here, I'm going to go ahead and just cross off the X's. So again, I'm going to cross off from either side. So I'm going to cross off 25 and then a 75, 30 and a 75, a 35 and a 50, 35 and a 45. That leaves me with 2 numbers in the middle, 35 and 45, and I just need to find the mean of those 2 numbers. So 35 plus 45 divided by 2, which is equal to 40. So the median area in square miles is 40. All right, part B. What is the mean area in square miles of the towns in the county? Show or explain how you got your answer. Again, I've been showing all the work, but if you don't show your work, say you did all of the calculations separately, or you were able to calculate something in your head, just make sure you explain how you got the answer. All right, so let's add all those up. So 25 plus 30 all the way up to 75. And because there are 10 X's accounted for here, 10 values accounted for here, divide by 10. So we have 450 divided by 10, which is equal to 45. So our answer here is 45. All right, part C. What is the mode area in square miles of the towns in the county? Show or explain how you got your answer. Now for this one, because you are trying to find the mode, you're trying to see which data value appears the most. With a line plot, it's pretty easy to see because the X's stack up, so the one with the highest stack of X's is going to be the mode. So in this case, 35 is the mode. Now, although there are other values that appear more than once, 35 appears 3 times. If there were another area that appeared 3 times, that would also be a mode. But in this case, this is the only one. It's the one that appears the most. Don't forget to show or explain how you got your answer. So I would circle those 3 X's, or you might even just write that 35 is the one that appears the most. Okay, part D. What is the range area in square miles of the towns in the county? Show or explain how you got your answer. All right, so the range is going to be the largest data value minus the smallest data value. So that would be 75 minus 25, which is equal to 50. So the range of the areas of the towns in square miles is 50. All right, last part. If another town was added to the county whose area was 60 square miles, how would your answers to A through D change? All right, so let's say we added the 60 here. Now, how would your answers change for A through D? So for part A, we were finding the median. We were trying to find the middle value. So let's find it now that we have an additional point. So again, I'm just crossing off x's, one from either side, and that leaves us with 45 as our median value. All right, part B. Part B, we were finding the mean. So we already know that the sum of everything was 450, but now we have to add 60 along with it. And now that we have not 10, but 11 data points, we have to divide by 11. So this comes out to be 46.4. All right, part C. Would your answers change? Well, what is the mode here? The mode is still 35. So 35 is still our answer. And then the range, well, that would be the largest minus smallest, which are still 75 and 25, so the range would still be 50. So to summarize, in terms of how your answers changed, adding the 60 in there changed the median, it changed the mean, but it did not change the mode or the range.